Afternoon, sir.
Hapon, sir.
Okay. Let us all bow our heads for and feel the presence of the Lord. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Our Father who art in heaven, holy be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our sins, as we forgive those who sins against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Do we have the quorum, Secretariat?
Yes, sir, we do have quorum.
Okay, please make a roll call.
Good afternoon. We will now have the roll call. Engineer Arnold R. Balikoting, Vice Person.
Present.
Attorney Daniel G. Lucas. General Ernesto R. Milo.
Present.
Good
Present
afternoon,
online, ma'am.
sir.
Good afternoon.
Engineer Elmar G. Gomez. E. Gomez.
Present online. Afternoon.
Good afternoon. Engineer Arnel F. Borlado. Sir Arnel. Our BAC PWG headed by Attorney Mark Nasser T. Mendoza. Good
Good morning,
afternoon,
everyone.
Attorney.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Present po.
Engineer Raul R. Cosena. Engineer
Present,
Michael
ma'am. Good
Ian
afternoon.
Nagan. Good afternoon. Engineer Eva E. Lasatin. Engineer Jocelyn Joseph White Franca.
Present online.
Engineer Manuel C. Tolosa. Engineer Eduardo Moises A. Sacopon. Engineer Norek M. Baez.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Mr. Mark Kevin A. Badwa. And for our BAC Secretariat, headed by Dr. Rolly T. Bayaban. Engineer and members, Engineer Sonny Villabert. Our minutes taker for this afternoon is Mr. John Ezra S. Peña Ojas. And the rest of the other members of the BAC, Secretariat BAC are also present online, sir. We have also sent an invitation to COA, PCCI, IAS, ASFI, and DOTR. That's all for the roll call po, sir. Sir, I think you're on mute.
Okay, first of all, I would like to welcome our new chairman, Attorney Mendoza. Although kasama naman natin dati, kaya lang siya yung bagong chairman ngayon ng PWD. So welcome, Attorney.
Thank you, Sir Arnold. Nagsabi lang po ako ng pasintabi. No? This is my first time to head at EWG. I'm not gonna pretend I'm an expert. Actually, very newbie ako. So indulge me and forgive me if I'll have lapses. But I'm a quick study and I'm willing to learn. And pagbigyan nyo lang po ako ng konti kasi I'm not gonna promise I'm gonna be perfect. I'm gonna commit mistakes, but I'm gonna do it.
Okay po. Anyway, nandiyan naman yung mga dating PWG. Okay. Also, Arnel just joined, ano? Arnel Borlalo just joined, so okay.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
what is the agenda for the day, Secretariat?
Sir, we have two agenda for today. The first one is the pre-bid conference for the improvement of airport facilities, rehabilitation of PTB Fire Station Building and Control Tower at Busuanga Airport with bid number 21-007-12 Alpha. This is a rebid. ABC is 6,231,912 pesos and 75 centavos. This is an ATS DOTR downloaded project. And also we have a pre-procurement for the supply delivery of meteorological instrument for Catbalogan Airport with an ABC of 9,696,850 pesos. Also an ANS DOTR downloaded project. That's all po, Mr. Chair. Two agenda for this
Ating out
afternoon.
ka. Okay, so let's go to the first agenda. Pre-bid conference.
Mr. Chair,
Do we have a
Mr.
prospective bidder
Sir,
in the room?
Mr. Chair, I think Miss General Milo is
Mr. Chair,
Milo.
if I may, Mr. Chair, before we further,
Go ahead, sir.
uh, I understand we have a new reconstitution of CAAP Bids and Awards Committee. So as I was reading, if you have a copy, please have one. We have Roman number
Yes, sir.
2, jurisdiction. This is only a manifestation for our, maybe I'm just thinking aloud, baka tayo ay ma-challenge later kung hindi natin baka na-miss out natin. So, BAC Alpha specifically has 3 items to consider as far as tasking is concerned. Number 1, infra projects for central office. This is Alpha, Mel, ano? This is Alpha. Am I right? Yeah,
Yes,
this is Alpha.
sir. Yes.
Infra
Yes, sir.
projects for central office. Okay, it's okay for that. Number 2, infra projects for area centers with approved budget for the contract amounting to 10 million pesos and above. Okay, 10 million and above. Number 3, kung hanggang number 2 lang, kung makikita natin yung amount ng mga ongoing is not within number 2 kasi 10 million and above. Number 3, ito siguro papasok pero tignan natin kung tama. Procurement of goods of ANS regardless of fund source or any other project is specifically assigned by the Office of the Director General. Yan ba ay papasok dito yung agenda for today? Number 1, of course, is not papasok. Number 2, the more na hindi papasok because of the amount. And number 3, ito ba ay papasok? If so, let's go. Then,
Okay.
I think, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yun lang, Mr. Chair,
let's
para...
consider...
Sige, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, sir. So let's consider the item number 1, that is the EDMS project. So, Secretariat, please give more information to that. What is the funding source for that? Maybe the end user could
This is a
help.
DOTR downloaded, sir.
To the chair.
Go ahead, Darnell.
The Baswanga project is not downloaded project. It's a CAAP project. Previously procured under BAC Alpha, yung first failure. That's why it's being procured again in BAC Alpha, considering that the first failure was in BAC Alpha, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so to answer the query of Sir Milo, this is EDMS corporate CAAP funded project. So it is under item number 1, infrastructure project for central office. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. We stand corrected po sa...
So the So the ANSD OTR downloaded must be deleted.
Yes, sir. You're right, Sir
Okay.
Milo.
So
Yes, sir.
Secretariat, please correct accordingly para for ano.
Uh,
Sorry po for the error.
Sir, I think for ENS project, it was mentioned here that regardless of fund source. So this is an ENS project. So the ENS project is under item number 3.
We are talking number 3 or number 2, Mr. Chair, on the agenda.
Yes, first agenda is the ADMS project. And the ADMS project that is for Busuanga is CAAP funded project. That means that it is belong to infrastructure project for central office.
Yeah, that's why
Okay.
in the succeeding
And then
in the succeeding agenda kasi pre-bid pa lang na ito. Alisin na lang yung ANSDOTR downloaded. Tama.
hindi sir, for the sixth succeeding agenda, that is the ANS DOTR funded project, and that project is qualified under item number 3.
Not number 1.
Procurement of goods of air navigation service, not number 1, yes sir.
Regardless of amount to, no? Regardless of fund source,
Yes.
dapat regardless of amount and
So,
fund source. Anyway. Sige. Anyway, basta mayroon tayong common understanding.
I think sir, both projects
will be under ano pang tawag nito, item number 3. So number 3
So,
kung
okay po. Yung dalawang
Sir.
project na yon ay
or other projects. Mr. Chair, yung number 3, comparing ito agenda number 2, procurement of goods, sabi niya. So, pero ito, infra ito, di ba? However, nasabi dito is regardless of any other project specifically assigned. Dito siguro magfo-fall ito or any other project is specifically assigned by the DG. Pero yung procurement of goods for air navigation service, goods ito hindi naman sinabi procurement of infra. Is infra the same as goods? I think it's not.
ENS end user, could you please clarify if this project is for procurement of goods or procurement of infra?
Good afternoon, sir.
Go ahead.
For the Catbalogan Airport Meteorological Instrument Project, it's procurement of goods.
Yeah, yung number 3, procurement goods. Pero agenda number 2, infra ito eh.
It is a procurement. Sir, it is a procurement of goods according to the end user.
So, number 2 and 3, goods pa rin to.
Mr. Chair, if I may, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead, Jopet.
Sir Milo, for item number, based on the looking at the agenda item number 2 for the ADMS project, it was stated a while ago that the project is a infrastructure project, and for agenda number 3, as confirmed by the end user, is a goods project, Mr. Chair.
That's why, Mr. Chair, number 2 is infra project and number 3 is goods project. Tama. Kasi
Yes, sir.
kanina, so number 2 falls under ano yung number 2 infra project fall under
One.
jurisdiction number 1
Yes,
with
sir.
collateral that we will remove the ANSDOTR ANSDOTR funded qualified under ADS
That
implementation,
is
parang ganun siguro.
the agenda number 3, which is the procurement of supply installation of weather instrument for Catalogan, is a procurement of goods. It is not an infra, sir. It is goods.
Yeah, no problem on agenda number 3 kasi it falls clearly under jurisdiction A3 A3II. But I am just asking the number 2, which is the infra projects. So
Sir,
it's
kasi
under infra projects for central office. Jurisdiction number 1 or still number 3? I am just manifesting this, Mr. Chair, kasi nga sooner or later ito pala hindi para sa atin, ito pala ay para sa iba. So I'm just but if we say now that agenda number 2 falls under jurisdiction AI, it's okay. And agenda number 2 falls under jurisdiction AIII, then so be it. It's okay for me, Mr. Chair.
yes, sir. Okay.
Okay, no,
That's correct, sir.
no more further
So I
question
think
from me.
we could. Thank you, sir. So I think we could proceed with the agenda. So let's go to agenda number 2. That is the pre-bid conference for the project for Busuanga Airport. Secretariat, do we have a prospective bidder in the room?
Sir, insofar as the agenda number 2, we don't have any prospective
Hindi
bidder
kita
po.
naririnig.
Sir, wala po tayong prospective bidders for agenda number 2.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, since this is being streamed on the and then maybe they could just review this pre-bid conference. So TWG, please make the presentation for the pre-bid conference.
Mr. Chair, may I?
Go ahead, Raul.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. I-share ko lang, sir, yung sa screen. Secretariat, kita na po sa screen yung share.
Yes po,
document.
engineer. Kita na po.
Thank you po. To begin, good afternoon, Mr. Chair, and to the member of the Bid and Award Committee of ALPA. To begin is I will now present the pre-bid for improvement of airport facility, rehabilitation of the PTB, fire station building, and control tower at Busuanga Airport. And this is a rebid with bid number 21-007-12 Alpha. The procuring entity is the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, and the contract name is the improvement of airport facility at Busuanga Airport. The funding source is the GOP under, sorry, and then the amount of 6,231,912 pesos and 75 centavos. For ITB Clause 3, Certificate of Site Inspection, duly signed by Mr. Mark Jaumonde, Airport Manager of Busuanga Airport, or his duly authorized representative, is required to be submitted. This shall include all the following document as attachment to the Certificate of Site Inspection and shall be form part of the bidder's technical document. Letter A, copy of the ID of the person who conducted the site inspection. Letter B, copy of the airport facility visitor's logbook with the entry name of the and signature of the person who conducted the site inspection. And letter C, picture of the proposed site, including the person who conducted the site inspection, together with the airport manager, officer in charge, or his duly authorized representative. Bid not complying with the above instructions shall be disqualified. This is the sample illustration for the Certificate of Site Inspection, company ID, and the logbook. For ITB 5.2, for this purpose, similar contracts shall refer to contract which have the same major category of work, which shall be building, construction, improvement, rehabilitation, and repair. For ITB 7.1, subcontracting is not allowed. For ITB 10.1, bidder shall submit all eligibility and technical document as specified in Section 10, checklist of technical and financial document. For ITB 10.3, valid pickup license or special pickup license in case of joint venture, and registration small b, license category C and D, building and industrial plant, for the type and cost of the contract to be bid. Bid not complying with the above instructions shall be disqualified. For ITB 10.4, the minimum work experience required for the key personnel are the following: project engineer, master electrician, construction foreman, and safety and health officer, with the general experience of 5 years in general engineering and relevant experience of 3 years in building, construction, improvement, rehabilitation, and repair. Also, bid not complying with the above instructions shall be disqualified. For ITB 10.5, the minimum major equipment required are the following: 1 unit welding machine, 1 unit cut-off machine, 1 unit oxy-acetylene cutting torch welding outfit. Bid not complying with the above instructions shall be disqualified. For ITB 11.1, the discount stated in the financial bid form shall be computer written with the same font, style, and size of the whole text of the said form. Discount that are either handwritten, typewritten, or computer written in other font, style, and size shall not be considered. Bid not complying with the above instructions shall be disqualified. For ITB 11.1, the second bid envelope shall contain the financial document for the bid as specified in Section 10, checklist of technical and financial documents. This shall include the complete accomplishment of all the following documents as stated and required under Section 8 of this Philippine bidding document and shall be form part of the bidding financial document. For letter A is the original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form. B is bill of quantities or BOQ. C is summary of bid proposal. D is bill of quantity and cost estimate. E is summary sheet indicating the unit price of construction material, labor rates, equipment, rental use in coming up with a bid. And letter F is the cash flow per quarter and payment schedule. Modification or alteration on the stated requirement in the financial document forms, BOQ, summary of bid proposal, and bill of quantity, materials and cost estimate shall not be allowed. Applicable CAAP BAC standard form, including in these Philippine bidding documents, shall be complied with and in accordance with the prescribed form under Section 9, Bidding Form Annex C. For ITB Clause 11.2, bid exceeding the ABC of the project shall be disqualified. For ITB 15.1, the bid security shall be in the form of bid securing declaration or any of the following form and amount. For letter A, the amount of not less than 2% of the ABC. If bid security is in cash, cashier's, manager's check, bank draft, guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit. For letter B, the amount of not less than 5% of ABC if bid security is in surety bond. For ITB 16, each and every page thereof shall be initialed, signed by the duly authorized representatives of the bidder. Submitted eligibility, technical, and financial documents shall be properly marked with index tab, year tab, and must be sequentially paginated in accurate order in form. Example, page 3 of 100, page number of the last page of the document per envelope basis. Pagination should be sequentially based on the entire span of the whole document inside the envelope. Bid not complying with the above instructions shall be disqualified. This is the sample illustration for table of content, index tab, pagination, and sign on each page. ITB 16, each bidder shall submit one original copy of technical and financial eligibility document. All envelope must be labeled as follows: name of the contract to be bid in capital letters, name and address of the bidders in capital letters, name and address of the procuring entity BAC identified in the ITB clause number 10.1, where the specific identification of this bid process indicating in the invitation to bid, where a warning do not open before the date and time for the opening of bids in accordance with ITB Clause 21. For ITB 16, the procuring entity address is the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, Mia Road Corner, Ninoy Aquino Avenue, Pasay City. And the BAC chairman for Alpha is Captain Donaldo S. Mendoza, A. Mendoza. For ITB 17, the address for submission of the bid is back office at CAAP, Pasay City. The deadline of submission is on March 1, 2022 at 2 p.m. For ITB 19.2, partial bid is not allowed. The infrastructure project package in a single lot, and the lot shall not be divided into sublot for the purpose of bidding, evaluation, and contract award. For ITB 20, the bidder with the lowest calculated bid or LCB that complies with and is responsive to all the requirement and conditions shall submit its latest income tax and business tax returns filed through electronic filing and payment system. Letter B is business license and permit required by law. Letter C, latest audited financial statement. And letter D, key personal license. Failure to submit any of the post-qualification requirement on time or a finding against the veracity thereof shall disqualify the bidder for award, provided that in the event that the finding against the veracity of any of the documents submitted is made, it shall cause the forfeiture of the bid security in accordance with Section 69 of the IRR of RA 9184. For ITB 21, The following relevant project documents are required to be submitted by the successful bidder who submitted the LCRB as part of the contract agreement during the signing. Construction schedule, bar chart and S-curve, per CPM network diagram, manpower schedule, construction method, equipment utilization schedule. Construction Safety and Health Program approved by the Department of Labor and Employment for the improvement of facility, rehabilitation of PTB, fire station building, and construction tower at Uswanga Airport. This is the CAAP BAC standard form for bill of quantities, detail estimate, bid form. So this is the CAAP form. For the section list of the technical and financial document, for technical component, for Class A document, the legal document is valid Pilgrim's registration certificate from SEC, DTI or CDA, mayors or business permits, tax clearance, statement of prospective bidders, all of its ongoing government and private contract, statement of bidders, single largest completed contract, Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board or PCAB license, statement of prospective original copy of bid security, project requirement which shall include the following: organizational chart for the contract to be bid, list of contractors' key personnel, list of contractors' major equipment, original duly signed omnibus sworn statement, and this shall include of the following document as attachments to the omnibus sworn statement: certificate under oath attesting that they have no pending case against the government, legal clearance to be issued by CAAP Legal and Enforcement and Legal Service, and bid bulletin, if applicable. Certificate of site inspection duly signed by Mr. Diamauden or his duly authorized representative, and shall include the following document as attachment: copy of the ID of the person who conducted the site inspection, copy of the airport facility and visitors logbook, pictures of the proposed site including the person who conducted the site inspection together with the airport managers or his duly authorized representative. For financial, the prospective bidder audited financial statement, prospective bidders computation of net financial capacity or NFCC. For Class B document, if applicable, duly signed joint venture agreement, duly notarized statement from the potential joint venture partners. For financial component number 2, original duly signed accomplished financial bid form, original duly signed bid finance price in bill of quantities, summary of bid proposal, bill of material and cost estimate, summary sheet indicating unit price of material, labor rates and equipment, cash flow by quarter, and payment schedule. For the project details, for the scope of work, the project covers the supply of labor, material, tools and equipment, construction-related permits necessary in the improvement of airport facility, rehabilitation of fire station, PTB, and control tower. The duration of the project is 92 calendar days. The following scope of work shall be done in accordance with the approved plans, specification, and provision of contract. For Item 1, Civil Works, Demolition Work. Item 1.02, Steel Works. Item 2, Architectural Work. 2.01, Carpentry Works. 2.02, Masonry Works. 2.03 painting, 2.04 roof drain, 2.05 windows, and item number 3 is electrical works. Item number 4 is furniture. For the general provision for staff house, service vehicle, laptop, printers, camera, plotters, furnitures, and other materials, devices, and equipment under a special item of temporary facilities shall not include OCM and contractor's profit. The contractor shall be responsible in providing safety perimeter fence or security fence, personal protective equipment, PPE for staff and worker on site while construction is ongoing. Safety report should be prepared regularly. The contractor shall be responsible for the laboratory, material testing, buildings, and safety permit, and survey instrument necessarily in the project implementation. This expense shall be incorporated in the contractor's overhead costs and shall not be considered as pay item. For the site development plan, this is the floor plan or the ground floor for the PTB of Busuanga Airport. This is the picture of the PTB. That's all, Mr. Chair. Thank you and good afternoon.
Thank you, Rahul. Since no prospective bidder present right now, Secretariat, could you make the announcement up to when they could send the any query or clarification before the opening of bid?
Yes, sir. The prospective bidders can submit their clarificatory questions 10 days prior to the opening for the CBWG to answer and for issuance of bid bulletins if necessary. So this is
And
the opening of bids is on March 1.
so that is February 18. 10 days. 10 days ka mo.
Yes,
So
sir.
February 18 or 19?
19.
Okay. 19.
But it is
So
a Saturday.
then, so are we going to accept after February 19?
Next working day, sir. Kasi Saturday po yun.
Okay, so so the last day submission will be on February 20 for
1.
uh, February 20, February 20, yes, 20. Okay.
21, sir.
Okay, so, 21. Okay. So then, for the prospective bidder, if they want to send clarification on this project, send it before February 21. Okay. TWD, do you have other matters to present for this project? Hearing none, so we'll go to the second agenda.
Sir, if I may just po, I think if it's just before we continue with the second agenda, mayroon po atang pumasok na bidder ngayon, si FAA. Could we...
Okay. Sige. So, mayroong bidder na. Okay. So, mamaya muna natin simulan. Rose, yung presentation mo. So, let's enter the queries from the prospective bidder.
Yes, sir.
From FAA.
Good afternoon, Miss Representative from FAA. Ma'am, can you please introduce yourself first before raising any questions po?
Yes, good afternoon. I'm Gladys Anda, the project coordinator of FAAA Construction and Trading. My company is based in Muntinlupa City, and we're interested to join the bidding in Busuanga. Kasi meron tayong airport dito. Because we have a recently finished project in Puerto Princesa. So we were thinking that it would be nice to get a project as well in Busuanga Airport. For clarification lang po, I wasn't able to get the scope of works for this project po because I'm currently on the road. So, hindi po ako makapag-screenshot nung scope of works. So, okay lang po ba makahingi ng copy? Hello po?
Please reply. CWG, please reply. Yes, sir. Good afternoon po at saka sa prospective bidder. Bali po, ma'am, pwede niyo pong i-download yan. Nakapost po yan sa GPPB site. Yung documents.
Understood po. Opo. And lahat po nung na-discuss niyo po na pwede ko pong makita doon?
Actually, yung pong i-discuss namin is galing po lahat doon sa bidding documents na nakapost po doon sa...
Okay. Understood po. Thank you po.
Okay.
Yun lang po. Salamat po.
Okay, so again, ulitin ko po kung if you open the document at mayroon kayong query, then you could send your query within 10 days.
Yes po.
Magpadala na lang kayo ng written query. So maraming salamat po.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
You're welcome po.
Ma'am, you can now...
Again, let's go. Sige, Ross. This is
Hello,
the
yeah.
pre-procurement presentation. Go ahead, Ross.
Yes, good afternoon. For the pre-procurement of supply delivery of meteorological instrument for Catbalogan Airport, this is previously bid out in BAC Charlie. This is transferred now to BAC Alpha. Okay. So going directly to the invitation to bid. The CAAP through the OTR CAAP MOA 2021 intends to apply the sum of 9,696,850 as the approved budget for the contract for supply delivery of med instrument for Catbalogan Airport. So we are requiring this project to be delivered 180 calendar days and the bidder should have completed within 5 years reckoning from the date of submission contract similar to the project. So under this bidding will be conducted through competitive bidding procedures using a non-discretionary pass-fail criterion. Okay. Restricted to Filipino citizens or sole proprietorship, partnership, or organization with at least 60% interest or outstanding capital stock belonging to citizens of the Philippines. Okay. So bid documents will be available at a price of 11,200. This is VAT inclusive. Okay, so these items here will be completed by the BAC Secretariat for schedule or final schedule after this pre-procurement is accepted. Okay. So the overall head BAC Secretariat is Dr. Rolly Bayaban under the chairmanship of Captain Donaldo Mendoza. For the instruction to bidders, we'll go directly to the bid data sheet. So some of the requirements include similar contracts as a description will be supply delivery of MET equipment now within 5 years prior to the deadline of submission. So there will be no subcontracting for this portion since this is only delivery. But the same requirement for other goods, which includes as part of their legal or technical documents, the requirements set out in CAAP memorandum dated 17 September, which includes certification under oath attesting that they have no pending case against government and the legal clearance to be issued by CAAP Enforcement and Legal Service. So for Annex A, this requirement will be included in the technical component. So this includes bill of quantities with corresponding price schedule in the accomplished financial form to be consistent with and reference to all plans designs layouts submitted in the technical bid proposal. So part C is the checklist requirement. This can be found at the end of the bidding document. So all bids not complying with the above instructions should be disqualified. For section 12, price of goods shall be quoted DDP at Catbalogan Airport. Okay. Section 12, 1A4 for incidental services. This should include all expenses of processing of permits and licenses as part of the price schedule, provision of cable grounding surge protection and other additional or auxiliary electrical adapter, and other fittings here for the different equipment to meet operational and functional requirements should be part of the bid submissions. So item number 3 specifically states the importation licenses and permits to be part of the contract. Under 12.1b II for incidental services of goods offered from abroad. This includes provision of cables, grounding surge protection, and other additional auxiliary equipment or electronic adapters, converters. Export license and permits, the FAT report for verification and related document, related equipment tests, and the equipment manuals for installation, operation, and maintenance. For section 14.1, the bid security shall be in the form of bid securing declaration or any of the two below. One is the amount not less than 2% of the ABC. If bid security is in cash or cashier's or manager's check, the bank draft guarantee or irrevocable letter of credit. The amount of not less than 5% of ABC if bid security is a surety bond. For section 15, so each and every page thereof shall be initialed signed by duly authorized representative of the bidder. Okay. So we already know the pagination. It's per envelope basis. Okay. That means pagination should be sequential based on the entire span of the whole document inside one envelope. Okay, so if there are two envelopes, there will be two total pages for each. So each bidder shall submit one original copy of the first and second component of the bids. So bids not complying with the above instructions shall be automatically disqualified. For section 16, bids must be duly received by BAC Secretariat through manual submission. Okay, as addressed in this caption. For section 19.2, partial bid is not allowed. The goods are grouped in a single lot, and the lot shall not be divided into sublot for purposes of bidding, evaluation, and contract award. For section 21.1, the contractor shall be responsible for securing all necessary permits, including permit to import, from the NTC permits, security pass, and other possible permits that needs to be secured for this project. Okay. The cost of acquiring such permit should be included in the processing and be borne by the contractor. In addition, the following documents should be submitted together with the technical proposal: the certificate of exclusive or authorized distributorship issued by the OEM, and ISO certification for ISO 9000 and 14001. Lastly, the latest official OEM equipment technical characteristics specification reflecting all performance and functional specification as a reference to the compliance statement. Thank you. Thank you, Ate. For the general conditions of contract, proceeding to the special conditions, the delivery will be at the Catbalogan site, but it will be tested in Manila. Okay. So the addressee will be the ANS Area Field Office Chief Ambrosio Madriaga with the contact number provided, or any ANS authorized representative at Catbalogan Airport at the time of the delivery, as advised by ANS. So incidental services includes the following. The ones added that is different from the normal or the template includes training of procuring entity personnel at the supplier's plant or on-site in assembly as provided or specifically stipulated in the specification. Okay. So the contract shall warrant the site, the entire equipment. Thank you, Ate. Contractor shall warrant the entire equipment assembly, software, and related deliveries for 1 year. Since this is only supply delivery, there will be no DLP. Okay, so the components here are detailed partly in this paragraph. The contractor supplier shall describe the proposed support provision within the warranty period, and the contractor shall submit an OEM issued guarantee that the availability of spare parts for the equipment shall be at least 10 years. The contract price for the goods shall include prices charged by the supplier for incidental services and shall not exceed the prevailing rates charged to other parties by supplier for similar services. Okay. Spare parts, although it's not included in the requirement schedule of requirement, this is pertaining to the paragraph here. Okay, the guarantee of the spare parts. Okay, spare parts or other spare unit required are listed in, and the cost thereof are included in the contract price. Supplier shall carry sufficient inventories to assure stock supply of consumable spare parts for a period of 10 years and submit an OEM issued guarantee. Okay, so duplicated lang. So the period of correction for defects of warranty period is within 15 days. So packaging is copied from the template. Also the transportation and the intellectual property rights. So for 2.2, section 2.2, this project is specifically tagged as turnkey project. So payment will be made after issuance of project completion by CAAP. So the inspection and tests that will be conducted are verification or inspection of met equipment conformity to contract specification, inspection of frangible mass specification, and the test report from the OEM before delivery acceptance. So these are the schedule of requirements: the MET sensor, the data collection and central processing, telemetry system, frangible 10-meter mass with lightning protection and obstacle light, equipment power source, the maintenance test equipment and spare parts, the DEB power cable and civil works, which includes 1,600 meter 8 mm DEB power cable. Then the testing report for verification only. And the training will only be for as an equipment orientation. So the specification, this is the same specification as we have before. So since this is only a supply delivery, a lot of the installation works were deleted or replaced by an intentionally left blank cell in the table. Okay. So if any mention of spare parts in this document, it's only for the future reference, as they will provide a guarantee of availability of the spare parts. Okay. Okay, so the rest is the usual requirement. And for the checklist, this is the checklist that will be used for or by TWG during the bid opening. and the item or Annex A, ITB 10.1 form, and the sampling of form for testing before final acceptance of the delivery. So that's all, Mr. Chair. We open the discussion for this project.
Okay. Thank you, Rose, for the presentation. So, to the members of TWG, members of the BAC and Secretariat, do you have some question or clarification based on the presentation of the Rose for the project?
Mr. Chair, if I may,
Go ahead, Jupet.
just clarification on the schedule of requirements. Meron kasing pong nakalisted na mga spare parts, but as earlier, spare parts is not included in the requirement, Mr. Chair. Thank you. May we request the end user to confirm, Mr. Chair?
Rose. Can you say, please?
Hello. These items will be guaranteed by the supplier to be available, no, for the next 10 years, although we can delete it here because schedule of requirement siya. But these are the items that will be guaranteed to be available for the next 10 years. So, very construct na lang this part. Okay.
Okay. Anything else, Jupet? Rose, yung ano kanina, first page ng presentation, nandun pa rin yung Charlie, pakialis, pakikuan yun, baka...
May ngayon ko lang kasi pinalitan. Nasa notice of meeting, dalawa, Alpha and Charlie. Sige, sir, hanapin na lang.
Yung unang page kanina, doon sa susunod, nakalagay Charlie. Okay, so any more question or clarification? Yan. Then, so kung wala ng question, what is the recommendation of the end user?
So, without other question from BAC and other TWG, so we're requesting this bid to be published by BAC Alpha.
Okay, so the end user is requesting for the posting of the project. So any comment or motion?
Motion, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead, sir.
I move to adopt the recommendation of the end user for the posting of this project, as prescribed in agenda number 3.
Thank you, sir. So any presentation?
Done that, Mr. Chair.
Okay. The end user request for the posting of the project. There is a motion and it was seconded. So the recommendation of the end user is hereby adopted by the BAC for the posting of the project. So Secretariat, please do the posting of the project after the minor correction that was mentioned during the question and answer.
Will, yes, sir. We will.
Secretariat.
Yes, yes, sir. Noted po, sir, on that.
Ito na naman.
Secretariat, please acknowledge.
Ano, tinapay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Noted on the approve on the recommendation of the TWG. We will make the necessary posting po.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So, medyo may problema ang internet natin, napuputol, ano? So, but anyway, naintindihan
Yes, sir.
naman natin yung sinasabi. No? Okay, so do we have any other agenda?
For the secretariat, sir, we don't have any agenda.
How about TWG?
Sir, for the TWG, sir, we have no other matters to discuss, sir.
Okay. So, how about the other members of the BAC? They have some items to be clarified.
None for me, Mr. Chair.
None, sir, for me.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So, with that, since we have no more other matters to discuss, thank you and maraming salamat sa participation niyo and your attendance. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
The meeting is now adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Good
sir.
afternoon.